This video tutorial will show you how to use subgroups in GHC to facilitate the division of groups of students. Before starting to explain this functionality, it is important to clarify that it can be used by those schools that do not exchange data with any academic manager or that their academic manager is compatible with subgroups. In case your manager is not compatible and you use subgroups in your timetable, it is very likely that the change process with GHC will fail. If you are in doubt about whether your institution is compatible with subgroups, please contact Peñalara and we will clarify it for you. In schools, for each academic year, there may be one or more official groups or administrative groups. These groups are often divided or mixed with other groups in some subjects, either because there are elective subjects, because they want to make level subgroups, because subjects are taught in a different language, or for any other reason. Until now, in GHC, we could configure this circumstance with the simultaneous class units, using another group in the classroom to indicate all the groups to which the students teaching that subject belonged. Although this is still possible, the new functionality makes this task simpler and easier to configure. Let's look at what is new with this new functionality. First, it's necessary to select the profile code with subgroups at the top menu of the planner. If you do not select this profile, you will not be able to use this functionality. Once selected, we will see the subgroups icon just below the groups icon. The appearance of this tab is identical to the rest of the GHC tabs, so we can add new subgroups, alter them, configure the preferences template, or delete them. Now, we are going to learn how to relate the subgroups with the groups that integrate them. By right-clicking on the subgroup and choosing Properties, you can indicate the groups in which some of the students are part of this subgroup. This relationship between groups and subgroups is bidirectional, so it can also be configured from the Groups tab. Thus, from the group itself with the right mouse button and the option Add Subgroups to the group, we will be able to see and add the subgroups in which there are any of its students. This is also possible with the button that is enabled for this purpose in the top bar. At the bottom of the Groups tab, another section will appear with the subgroups related to the selected group. This section can be shown or hidden depending on how you want to work by clicking on this button. It is also possible to transform a group into a subgroup and vice versa. Just right-click on the group and select the option Convert this group into a subgroup. This will transform the group into a subgroup, and you can find it in the Subgroup section. Now it's time to create the class units. Let's use an example with the 4th grade, which is composed by 3 official groups, 4th grade A, 4th grade B, and 4th grade C. And there is a set of elective subjects that 4th grade students choose, consisting of physics and chemistry, economics, and biology. The students choose one of the 3 subjects. Under this new approach, for each elective subject, there will be a subgroup. This subgroup will be associated with one or more of the official groups. In this example, there are pupils from 4th grade A, 4th grade B, and 4th grade C in each subgroup. First, we will have a subgroup for each of these subjects. We will call them 4th grade PC, 4th grade Eco, and 4th grade Bio. In each of them, we will configure that the groups included are 4th grade A, 4th grade B, and 4th grade C. For 4th grade PC, we include the 3 official groups from the Subgroups tab. For 4th grade Eco, we use the same procedure. For the subgroup 4th grade Bio, we will do it the other way around, adding this subgroup from the Groups tab. Eventually, the result is the same, and we can do it as we prefer. Finally, once everything is configured, it's time to create the class units. We will create a row for the subject of physics and chemistry, indicating the subgroup 4th grade PC, Over this row, we will insert a simultaneous class unit in another classroom, selected Economics, and the subgroup 4th grade Eco, and another line to indicate the subject Biology with the subgroup 4th grade Bio. In the list of groups, we will see the number of class units of the group divided in two parts, the ones that belong to the group, and the number of class units of the subgroups that have students from this group. The total number of class units will be the sum of these two numbers. The engine will consider the relationships between groups and subgroups to avoid conflicts between their class units, in order to ensure that the results are valid and complete. In the editor, we can display the timetables of both groups and subgroups. The timetables of the groups will be displayed completely, including the class units or simultaneous class units of the subgroups that have a student in the group. On the other hand, the timetables of the subgroups only include their own class units. As a display, it's not very useful, but it's helpful when exporting the timetable to your academic manager if it works with subgroups, as we will save a lot of errors during the import of the solution. Thank you for your attention.